was it yesterday that was telling the story about at the about Mr. Monroe and the donuts?
Oh.
Tell that, Ricky.
Well, they were up in New York City doing a real early television, you know, like a news show that they, like a Today Show or ABC Morning News or some kind of thing. So they were there like at 5:30, you know, rehearsing and all, getting ready. And Billy Joe Foster, this kid played fiddle with Bill. He's a kid from Oklahoma. He used to play in my band, and so he was telling me this, and he said, Mr. Bill went in there where some coffee was, and you know, a little food and fruit and stuff like that was set up, and he come around there and he said, Billy Joe, he said, boy, you need to stay away from them donuts. Them's the toughest things, and they ain't a bit sweet. And he'd got a hold of a bagel. That's the toughest thing right there. Since we're telling Monroe stories, you got to tell us the one you told me yesterday about this guy that brought Bill a mandolin.
Well, Ronnie Reno told me this.
Blame it on Ronnie.
And
Blame.
he said it was, before he knew it was about a true story. And knowing Bill, as I shared and not only me, but other people, I shared the last 15 years he lived in dressing room number 2 down there with him. And I saw some of the funniest stories, the things that happened that you could imagine it happened there. I didn't think that's funny at the time, but you didn't, I don't know, you get off and get the thing, but I said, boy, that was fun. And you just laugh your rear end off at it, you know. So, but Ronnie told me this story here, and it's typical. It's typical of Bill Monroe. He thinks like this right here, but this old boy walked up to him with a mandolin, and he banged it right in front of Bill, you know, and everything. And he said, I'd like to know, tell me how my mandolin playing is, good, bad, or whatever. Bill said, let me have the mandolin. So Bill gets the mandolin, he goes all over it and playing it, you know, he reaches it back to him, he says, well, it ain't the mandolin.
So priceless right there, son.
I've got one more since we're telling. I was actually standing, when I was a little boy, Bill sort of took me under his wing and showed me mandolin and showed me a lot of stuff. And so every time Bill was around, well, I was with him, you know. And so we was standing around up there at Berryville one day, and standing there talking to this elderly man. And Bill said, you know, was talking to him and asked him how he was doing. And the guy said, well, I ain't doing all that well, Bill. And Bill said, he said, well, how old are you? He said, well, I'm 88. He said, right there's your problem.
Oh, that's your problem right there.
I want to tell you one more.
I knew it.
Down there in the dressing room, too, one night, it's Christmas time, and Jim and Jesse's fiddle player had went home for Christmas. Well, Vassar Clemens come down there and was going to fill in for the guy. Well, Vassar went over there and put his fiddle case right where Bill generally put his mandolin case. So Bill, they had some seats in the dressing room, chairs, and sat down. So Bill and a whole bunch of us was there. Kenny Baker was there, you know. Bill asked me, he said, Bobby, who's that fiddle over there? I said, who? He said, that fiddle's standing over there with his back this way. I said, it's Vassar Clemens. Is that right? I said, yeah, that's who that is, you know. And he said, he's ruined every fiddle player in this town. He destroyed him. And I said, how'd he do that, Bill? He just can't play Katie Hill no more, you know. And he kept going on about that and just on and on and on. Wow. And Baker was, by this time, Baker pretty got irritated. He was walking right up, prancing right in front of Bill, kicking the carpet, you know, and not saying a word. Bill right on. Vassar left, by the way. He got out. He kept his back turned to Bill. He never did look at Monroe, but he walked outside. And Bill waited till he got out the door like that right there, and then he started talking about Vassar. He destroyed everybody that played the fiddle down there. You know, couldn't play Katie Hill and do them tunes anymore. Well, Kenny kept prancing back and forth, you know, and Bill kept right on sitting. Kenny walked in front of me and he said, "Hey, you ain't hurt my fiddle playing on, not a bit in the world." He stopped right in front of Bill and told him that. Bill said, he was just looking off like this right here, you know. Kenny said, he looked at Bill again and he turned. Kenny walked out the door. Bill sat right there and he waited till that door shut, you know. So he was sure Kenny was gone. He said, "I don't care what he said. If Vassar Clemens threw in every fiddle player."
He wouldn't have it any other way.
These clips are great, but to see where country legacy lives in full episodes, go to countryroad.tv.